There's a painful fact about Neil Rogers you should know. That's a major cause of stiffness and swelling.
Oh!
News Talk Radio 610 WIOD presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk with Neil, dial 751-WIOD from Dade. In Broward, 524-WIOD. Outside the 305 area code, toll-free 1-800-944-WIOD. And Bell South Mobility customers make it a free call by dialing star IOD. Now, The Neil Rogers Show on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Il n'est pas seulement un Goldberg, il est un hippopotame.
So we can't call this Christmas. It's not politically correct. The ACLU has said they object. Santa's no longer jolly. He's differently sized. And he's not a white man. He's melanin deprived.
The elves are not little, they're vertically constrained. Snowmen are snow persons. Oh God, what a pain.
So call Christmas trees your botanical friends. Much more of this doo-doo. I'll need a depends. Girls are now pre-women when they're under 10. But in the beginning, weren't we all seamen?
We must be so careful as not to defile. So please say the homeless are undomiciled.
Because of Clinton's proficiency, to fail is achieving a deficiency. If you want to be a DC insider, then start calling hookers sex care providers.
So we can't call this Christmas. It's not politically correct. The liberals took over. What the hell do you expect?
1208 at WID. So the president's been screwing around a little bit. Is that a big surprise to anybody? Which president did we have that wasn't screwing around a little bit on the side? FDR had a mistress, and Truman, of course, was too ugly to have one. And Eisenhower had a mistress, and Nixon had that Chinese broad, and Kennedy had, like, everything that would, like, walk with a skirt on, including guys, probably. And Ford, of course, what do you think Betty started drinking about? And Jimmy, I don't know about Jimmy. What is that? What is it? It's got a couple of candles in them. It says Sally was here. I wonder what it means by that, huh? Look at that one. It's shorter than the other. She must already got a head start for Christmas. A head start, he said. It's from a Tisket to Tasket. Let me check out your basket. And let me open a little card. It's like a beautiful thing. It's got two candles. It's from, oh, look at that. The clients and staff of Center One.
Oh!
Thank you for all you've done to make this a happy holiday for all of us. Isn't that pleasant? The wonderful people at Center One who appreciate the just under 50 grand that we've already raised for them, as opposed to certain other people who like it all psychotic and surly because they don't like Brian Cox's finger on the back of our T-shirt and who just can't get enough out of us but won't be getting any after this year. Oh, I'm sorry. So anyway, it's a pleasure. You're doing great work over there at Center One, and thank you for the beautiful arrangement. I'll see what I can do with those candles. Where's that Luis video again? I'm sorry. Okay, look at the green lines. What's going on over there now, huh? They're off to a head start themselves. All the green lines are open, which is a very unusual experience here at 1-800-944-9463. Are we still on the air over there? They just shut it off. Because Bob Green was in here a little while ago saying to George, oh, did Tampa call about anything yet? Did they call yet? Did they tell you they're pulling the plug yet? Tampa called yet? And I just opened up my Christmas card from Todd the Leaser of Two Evils and little Tommy Velveeta. So I assume we might still be on the air there, but I wouldn't bet the lunch money. Here's Margate.
Good morning.
Buenas to you, sir.
I just got in from Chicago.
Okay, how was it? Besides cold as crap.
Cold, and it was snowing.
Yeah,
I got
and
in
nasty
yesterday.
and windy.
Oh, it's terrible.
And
Windy.
obnoxious.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the above.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a Neely from way back. I've only been up there for about a year and a half. And I heard you talking about Camillus, and I need to pick up a couple tapes.
Right, you can go to Peaches. Any Peaches like nearby you, they got them all.
Peaches.
Best of Neil, Best of Randy video, the Best of Rick and Suds, cassette and CD, all the T-shirts, the great IOD calendar, which please buy at least 10 of those.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you.
That's good. And I got to get down to see the Pizza Loft. That's one thing that I miss, even though they got some great restaurants in Chicago. They really do. And Pizza Loft is still good.
It is. It's El Primero.
That's in fact.
You just keep saying that.
I do. I believe that. And,
Oh, I'm sorry, a little distracted.
oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Anyway, are you getting up to Chicago to watch the Cubs?
No, I gave up the Cubs for Circus, although quite frankly, the way the Marlins are shaping up for next season, we might have to make another trip up there to see a real baseball game.
Oh, yeah. That's, I'm walking distance to Wrigley, and I can catch the L anytime I want to run down to Comiskey. It's a real sports-intensive
Yes,
town.
sir. One of the great sports towns in the universe.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Neil.
Have a great holiday.
Happy holidays to you, too.
See ya.
Ciao.
Bye. Happy Holidays. That's what they say in China. We have an open line on the blue line and one on the green line. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break so I can watch this, because at least this one doesn't bounce up and down on my set. This is the one that bounces up and down. This is the only one I really want. I mean, especially with the short hair. That part there where he looks like really, really, well, he always looks really good. That one right there. It just bounces up and down by itself, and the picture, too. I mean, it's one thing if you make it bounce up and down, but it just kind of hops up and down by itself. Holy Toledo. Anyway, it's 12 and I'm going back to Vegas, okay? To hell with this place. This is like pretending to be alive here. That's the deal in Florida. This whole state is like a pretense at being alive. And I go through that thing yesterday about how it was just packed with people out there, everybody having a great time. The MGM Grand opens up Saturday. That Treasure Island, everybody's out there with their kids having a great time. And the Luxor with the big Sphinx and the pyramid. And it's just a cacophony of great stuff happening and all these great shows. You know, I haven't seen that many shows out there. The Luis Miguel one, of course, was spectacular, which didn't even come close to describing it. I bet you there's never even been a bad show. Well, maybe, you know, sometime over all of these years. But there aren't too many. I mean, unless they really are up to muster, you won't see bad shows in Vegas. I mean, they go the whole 9 yards. All the top entertainers, just can't describe it. And what do we got here? Maybe we still have, like, Pepe Fields singing on the beach. Huh? How about Tubby Boots? Can they dig him up again and prop him back up on there? One more show, Tubby. Come on, you can do it. Put it away, Louie. 12:13 at WIOD and WSUN. On second.
Don't miss the Weekend Magazine featuring the latest news, information, trends, and what's happening. This Saturday and Sunday morning right here.
WIOD.
Hey, Neil, f*** you.
We wish you were back in Texas. We wish you were back in Texas.
Oh!
We wish you were back in Texas with your big mouth and ears. You must be real sore being beat by Al Gore.
Unbelievable.
We wish you were back in Texas with your paranoid fears.
Increíble.
Oh, your ego is so humongous. Now you're eating chimichangas. 'Cause NAFTA got by Congress. Yan, 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 yan.
Oi!
Oh, where were the killer Cubans? Oh, where were the killer Cubans? Oh, where were the killer Cubans of Fidel Castro's rear? That sucking sound jive was you on Larry King Live. We wish you were back in Texas, and to you a bronze cheer.
Loan me $50.
12:17 at WIOD. How come I can't find any bit long enough to cover this video I'm watching? What a bitch this is. I thought it was supposed to be a Merry Christmas. Damn it. Anyway, we're just rolling along, singing a song. Today's Rick and Sud's last day before they go on vacation. And tomorrow, Jaz McKay is going to be filling in for Rick and Suds with that great affected radio voice of his. He'll be riding in on his Harley, which he don't own one. Now, he's all right. He just needs to calm down a little bit and stop being Mr. Announcer, okay? If he would stop doing that, and if he would just worry a little bit less about bikers and titty bars and drugs, and, you know, come up with something else like, no, I guess basically that's him. You know, I guess that covers him to a T. He'll be all right. He'll be in for them all next week, as a matter of fact, from 2 to 6. Can you handle it? I think so. Don't have any choice. Anyway, here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Tremendous, man.
My wife and I had our first hockey game last night, and it was great.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey, let me ask you something. This is the reason I called. Is it true that you're going to be at Bowders College graduation in January the 6th?
Oh.
That's what they're telling us.
Yeah, right.
Hey, that's what they told us.
Yeah, no question about it.
And other than that, thanks for playing Luis Miguel. Isn't he the best?
I'm watching him right now. He's on Hit TV right now doing Hoochie Coochie for about 20 minutes here.
Fantastic. I got something for you.
I bet.
Neil Rogers. You're great, Papi. Ha ha. Bye.
Well, I can't believe it. Was that Rocky Echeverria or what, huh? Pop this. We have 2 open lines. They're both in Broward at, what's the number? Well, I'm busy popping it at 524-9463. Damn it, all good things must come to an end, and it just did. And the video, too. Anyway, let's go to Hialeah. Hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Great, sir.
You're the best. I want to say that before I go on.
Before you keep sucking around any longer? Great.
I'm a suck-up, so what? But listen, you turned me on to Luis Miguel.
Beautiful.
And I have to tell you, he's not only a very handsome man, but he does have a voice.
Tremendous.
Now I understand why you're so much into this guy.
The best. Great talent. Great performer. Great everything. I mean, what's not to like?
Very true. I never thought the day would come that I would be a Luis Miguel fan like yourself, but here I am, screaming out to the world, getting out of the closet. I'm a Luis Miguel fan, and I love it.
That is a miracle, you know?
It is. It's a total miracle.
Right. I think he owes me now.
Did you get your paycheck?
Not yet.
Why not?
I'm glad you reminded me, by the way.
You know,
where the hell's my check? Adam, send Adam downstairs to see if there's anybody in county and get my goddamn check.
12:20 in the afternoon, and they haven't paid you.
No, and not only that, but it's the beginning of this long busman's holiday weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of these derelicts sneak out of here early today for like a 4-day weekend.
They're probably shining you for your check this
Right,
week.
wouldn't surprise me. Probably can't come up with it.
Listen, with the talent they put on lately at WIOD with the Drew Show and everyone else,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a miracle they can cover
you.
it. You're right.
Anyway, listen, I just called to say hello, and in closing, I like to call my friend Stu and Amy Major League douchebags.
Oh!
Thanks, Neil.
Okay, see ya. Wow, emotional. A basket case. A tisket, a tasket. We have an open line in Dade, 751, and 2 in Broward, 524. He thinks I'm joking. You know, how is it that you can be so useless, okay? I ask you for one little favor, to go down to accounting, see if there's anybody in there, and scream into the room, Neil wants his goddamn check now. What?
What are you doing for me?
Did I go to bat for this weasel or not? Did I go to bat for him? Did I sit in there and, like, when we had that other derelict, that other geek from Kendall working here, I went to bat for him, and now he wants me to do something for you? Not with that crappy outfit you got on. Forget it. It's one of his schmutzy days. Like I said, Adam's one of those guys, like about 1 day out of every 10, he looks really good, and the other 9, he looks like he just crawled out of a slime hole somewhere. That's because he's living with Marvin now. 1221 at WIOD and WSUN. And don't forget this.
Tonight, after Randy Rhodes, it's Don and Mike.
News Talk Radio 610.
Broward!
WIOD.
Hi, this is Larry King, and they don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
This New Year's Eve, some stations are going to throw parties. Some stations are going to have fun.
But not this station.
Because this station is going to make you a new person for the new year.
A new. Improved.
You. Just be the 10th caller when you hear this sound. And we'll come to your house and lock you in an empty closet. That's right. There'll be no more beer. No more cigarettes. And no more unprotected sex with minors. You won't have to make New Year's resolutions.
Because you'll be locked in a closet.
Living a life without temptation. You'll also be thin, dehydrated, and soiled. Ugh.
Winners will be denied beer, cigarettes, and unprotected sex with minors for a period of not less than 1 year from the date of contest. Unless, of course, winner opts to have sex with himself, in which case we'll still make you wear a condom and asbestos mittens.
New Year's resolution. Why make them when you don't have to break them?
Keep listening for your chance to win.
1225. Adam went downstairs, took care of business, got me my check. What a guy, huh? Oh, boy. I'm telling you, that whatever was in that trail mix, man, I've got hemorrhoids now. I can just sense it. I can feel it in my mouth. How do you like that? When's the last time you could feel hemorrhoids in your mouth? That's how bad they're burning from the tip of my nose to Uranus. Look at the Broward lines, man. Speaking of Uranus, all three of them are open again. We kind of like have swapped today. We had at one time all the day lines were open. Then at one time the green lines all went open. And now it's the Broward. It's kind of like, in syncopation, right? Isn't that what we wanted to be, in syncopation on this show? By the way, speaking of syndicated shows, you know that the fat, obnoxious, self-aggrandizing, now she's skinny, but pretty soon she'll be fat again, Oprah show is the only syndicated show that's like in the top 15 and really makes really, really gigantic bucks. That's the only one. That's why she's worth $1 billion, that obnoxious bitch. Anyway, of course, now that she's been down here in Miami, we don't have any problem with shooting tourists or any crime problem. Are we right? Because she said she was coming out here to straighten that out, and thank God she did. Thank you, Oprah. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to tell you that you converted me to Luis Miguel.
Really?
Yeah, the first album that I had was Romance.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah, and now...
No Say Tu. I just watched that. They just showed No Say Tu with those big bass violins.
Yeah, that was the first one I bought. Then,
right.
Because of you, I bought 20 Years.
Yeah, 20 años.
Yeah, and now I'm on the verge of buying...
Aries.
Exactly.
Must get it. I'm telling you. Makes all the other ones pale into insignificance.
Right. And I want to tell you, I'm out of school right now.
Right.
But since your show is at, when I'm in school, I get into a lot of trouble because of you.
Why is that?
Because I wear that one ear headphones.
Yeah.
And the teachers get me. Now, I'm probably 20, 30 detentions because I'm listening to a radio during class.
Yeah, well, so what's more important? Screw off with those teachers. Tell them to get out of your life. You got important stuff to listen to on this show.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Tell them to screw off and stay out of your business, okay? You're going to turn them in.
Yeah, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
That asshole card, whose is it, yours or Randy? Because I hear it on both shows.
Which one are you talking about?
That asshole.
Oh, you mean the guy who says it?
Yeah.
The one that goes,
asshole! Exactly.
Randy's. But at this station, we're used to sharing assholes.
Oh, in closing?
Yes, sir.
I want to call my boss, George, a big, fat, do no work douchebag.
And?
Asshole!
And that, too. Good luck, pal.
Bye-bye.
Happy whatever. Anyway. I'm not playing this now, I don't think. But, well, I got inspired. I saw those videos on there. That's the Neil Rogers Tribute Hour on Channel 44 on Hit Video when they got nothing else. Ooh, boy, the way he rolls that, just... Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, enough. Man, right on the edge of a very, very moist experience. We have two open lines. They're both in Broward, 524-9463. You would be amazed at how many people, I'm talking about English-speaking people who never could have given a crap about who never would have thought, including me, they would have ever bought a record that was not in English, have gone out and just grabbed up Luis Miguel. I mean, just hands full of Luis Miguel. And the thought of it is just very, very satisfying. I'm telling you. So I want a little rake off, you know what I'm talking about? And tomorrow I'm getting that other album in here. It's interesting, though, that some of the videos that I had seen before, like on Telehit, that I didn't really like the video, and I allowed that to interfere with my enjoyment of the song. Now, which do you like first? Do you like the song first, or do you like the video first when you see the video? I think the video enhances your appreciation, and if you never heard the song before, if you don't like the video, it's distracting from the song. Did that make any sense? Because a couple of the songs he sang at the concert I had seen on the video, like No Say Tu. I hate that video where they're out there on the grass in the water and he's got that big symphony orchestra and he's dressed up in that big tuxedo. I mean, who wants to see that? We want to see a lot of naked people like most of the videos. But the song is just tremendous. And so it's got to the point where I really like some of the songs that I didn't care for that much before. And when you hear a performer do something live anyway, it like enhances the appreciation. You know what I'm talking about? Is there anybody here who's ever even gotten out of the house? Have you ever left like the room that you're in right now, like recently? In the last year, the year's almost over with. I would at least open up the front door and get a fresh breath of air. Something. Just inhale real deep. Here, I'm not joking, man. If you knew how many parochial people we got in this state, people who like a big trip for them is like a trip up the street to the nearest you float-em store. That's like a big outing for them. And we also have a lot of people who need to be outed in 94. Here's Miami Beach on the Star Line. Hello.
If I am guilty of anything, it is of believing what God said about little children. Suffer the little children to come unto me.
Michael calling in on the celebrity line. And boy, Michael, I guess he wasn't finished yesterday. He will be soon. We have an open line in the Dade, 751, and one on the Star Line at Star IOD.
But if I am guilty of anything, it is of giving all that I have to give. My penis, my buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted to help children all over the world.
Well, he's always been known to give generously, and you know what they say. The family that plays together fillets together. That's what they say in the meat department at Kroger. Like I said the other day, if I could just be the bow on that violin, I would probably give the best bow job in the history of music. I said bow job, George. Take a bow. What is it?
No sé tú, pero yo no dejo de pensar.
I'm going to start a shrine to Luis Miguel. I'm just going to we're going to build up a gigantic statue of him stark naked out in front of the building. The only question is, will he be circumcised or not? That's the question. Does anybody know the answer?
Yes.
Oh, and look at that. Speaking of circumscribed people.
Hello, Neil.
It's old Mike from Florida Ice.
How's it going?
How did it go Sunday? I wasn't here, of course. We lost the game because I wasn't here, but I came back to pull out the big one last night, and the game, too.
It went very well, thank you.
Good.
Actually, I'm calling about Florida Ice and Luis Miguel.
Really?
You've almost converted me as well.
Is he coming to one of our games?
Actually, I heard he's a great player. No, but...
I bet he is.
I meant ice hockey, of course. You know what's crazy?
Well, he was there for the draw on the World Cup, which, by the way, that was the big event in Vegas on Sunday, and nobody in this country watched it. They had like a 0.5 rating on ESPN, and around the rest of the world, there were like billions of people watching it because nobody here cares about soccer, thank God. But no, seriously, that was the big event in Vegas on Sunday, the World Cup draw.
Well, the other day I was flipping just by accident to Jimmy on the old 560.
Yeah.
People are calling up saying, hey, the World Cup is the greatest thing. And, then later I made an accident and flipped the hang for about 2 seconds, and he happened to mention it and say, making fun of it and all that.
Nobody cares about soccer in this country, and nobody ever will. It's terminal. It's ponderous.
Very ponderous. Because the guys don't slam each other into the boards every 2 seconds.
It's just boring. The field is too big, and they just keep going back up and down, and the little pansy referees keep running around and throw their little limp wrist up into the air, and then they throw the ball out of bounds, and they kick it in again. It's a terminal sport.
Nothing ever happens.
No.
But anyway, I'm passing these issues out Sunday night outside the arena, right?
Right.
And you figure it was a great game. Of course, as the game's winding down, I'm already out there early. I didn't go to the game myself. People are starting to leave, which I'm listening on the radio.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I had reports from the people last night. A lot of people, as usual, came up, saw me before the game in between periods. I find out that with about a minute to go in the third period on Sunday, and here's our great come-from-behind Panther team that is never out of any game. They came from behind 3 goals in the Dallas game on away ice and tied them up, and have come back so many times to win games or tie them up. And with a minute to go, they were pouring out of that place like they had a panty raid. And the place was like half empty by the time with 6 seconds left in regulation, they scored the tying goal.
Well, I'm out there passing out issues, and I'm listening on the radio, and people are pouring out of there, and I'm giving them out and just, saying to people there's a free hockey magazine here to have one. And all of a sudden, I hear Chris Moore go crazy. I don't know if you heard that call. It was actually probably his best call of the year.
Really?
He actually had some enthusiasm.
Huh.
He was like, Burns, baby, Burns! He was a little excited. But so I'm telling people as I'm passing them, out the issues, I'm like, by the way, you left early and the Panthers just tied it up. They're like, what?
of course,
and they were all racing around to try to get back in, which forget it. They wouldn't let them back in. Good. Anybody that leaves a hockey game, it's one thing to leave a football game early when you're down by 13 points with like 2 minutes or 4 minutes to go in a game, but to leave a hockey game early when you're down by a goal with a minute or 2 minutes left in the game, only an asshole would do a thing like that. Only an idiot, somebody who totally doesn't understand the game and should be shot on the spot.
And the crazy thing is, here I am passing out these issues with some people, and we're saying free hockey magazine, and people are actually saying no thanks. And I'm like, you're walking.
No thanks.
You're walking out of a hockey game, and I even joked to one person. I was like, can you read? And he's like, no, by the way. I was like, I think there's other people out there passing out these pamphlets with restaurants or coupons or whatever they're doing.
That's inhibiting. No, that's true. I understand where people are coming from. They're so tired of being panhandled out there in the street. They just want to get to their car, get out of there safe and sound, and get out of there as fast as possible.
Right. But once people see what I'm giving out and they see it's a hockey thing, they just take it and, and they go on their way and hopefully they read it.
Ditch it. Yeah, I mean, read it. Yeah.
But anyway, on to Luis Miguel.
Yes.
Okay, so, I'm not a total convert, but...
yeah.
But I went out to the store, and by the way, I'm in, I don't know...
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm in one of the chains.
I won't let you step on them.
Okay. And there are actually white Anglos looking at the Luis Miguel section, which I thought was kind of surprising.
Uh-huh.
And so I picked up...
First of all, I want to say this. I don't want anybody to think that they're going to get any idea of what Luis Miguel looks like by the cover of his albums, and especially Audience, which is one of the ugliest pictures I've ever seen. I don't know what he looks like. He's got a pug nose. It's taken from a strange angle. Just trust me, as a great connoisseur of human flesh, that when I saw him in Vegas, even with that stubbly beard he's sporting now, he looks so good that even animals are like approaching him in the street. Trust me.
We like him for different reasons, I think.
I understand that. I'm just talking about... don't start getting paranoid, Mike. I'm just explaining one aspect, because there are a lot of faggots out there that are running out to Peaches and other record stores, and they're taking a look, and they want to see if this guy's as hot as I say, and they look at some of these pages. I don't know. Trust me when I tell you, okay? Believe me.
There's no doubt. He's just a human being. You look at him.
He is a sexual magnet.
He's a very good-looking man.
He's an erotic thing.
But anyway, so I saw the disc that's America and the three live songs.
Right.
That's the only place you can get America, is that right?
Right.
Okay, good. So I bought that one, which is nice.
America, yeah.
Right. So
which was the first song he did at the concert, by the way.
Oh, very nice.
Brought tears to my eyes.
So in this music store, in the Latin section, they have like a thing you can put on headphones and listen to different albums.
Right.
So they have Arias. So I'm listening through, and I didn't hear any of the songs that you play a lot. So I figured, okay, I'm going to take a chance and just buy any other CD just to see what's on there.
You didn't hear the songs that I play, like Suave and Hasta que me olvides and Me Niego a Estar Solo?
When you first started playing Luis Miguel, you played a couple songs I really liked, and I haven't heard them in a while. I don't know.
Well, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't even know which ones they are.
Okay.
So anyway, so I buy this CD. There's a picture of him, like, holding a microphone. Like, you can't really see his face. It's sort of a silhouette.
Romance.
And I can't
That's romance.
What's that?
That's romance.
No, it's a different one because it's like a Latin. The company's Fuentes is the actual name of the record company.
Oh.
So I can't read. I don't know Spanish. So I just bought the thing, and I was actually called George before trying to figure out what this is. And it turns out, and I'm listening to this record, and there's no Luis Miguel singing. It's just the songs of just the music, and I'm feeling cheated here.
Yeah.
So, and it turns out these are song beds of all his songs.
Right. It's like Herb Alpert plays Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Only in that case, it'd be an improvement.
And I said to myself, this thing's worthless because I want to hear him sing.
Yeah. It's like Ray Conniff does Luis Miguel.
So besides Arias, which is the other one?
Suave. I can just hear the Ray Conniff singers doing Suave.
Yeah, they have all the songs that you probably know.
Uh-huh.
But they're all
Come along with Luis.
Like elevator music. It's terrible.
Exactly.
It's horrifying.
It's like getting stuck in an elevator with Luis.
Right. So
well, listen, Mike, you're killing me, and have a great time, and I'll see you hopefully at the Ducks game.
Okay.
You going to be there?
I might be out of town, actually. I'm going to go see the Atlanta Knights in Atlanta.
Like I said, have a great trip.
Thanks.
See ya.
See ya.
Open line in Broward 1 and Dade, 1239 already at WIOD and WSUN.
Following Sports Talk 610, it's Randy Rhodes.
News Talk Radio 610. WIOD.
A few too many, if you ask me. Oh, I'm sorry. 1241 at WIOD. Here's a mobile in Tampa on a Broward line. Must be desperate. Hello.
Hello, Mia.
Yes?
I went to the game yesterday, and I saw my Rangers lose.
Yeah?
With my three buddies who were real schmucks,
Florida Panther fans, they just rubbed it in.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It was an emotional experience.
It was a great night.
Great
Tremendous
night.
experience.
Let
And
me tell you, and all my paisans are going to the game, all us Julios. We like it. You
beautiful.
know?
Dynamite.
It's great. I mean...
in fact, the Julio that called me yesterday, I didn't think he would show up. He showed up with his girlfriend last night. He was a good guy. Gave him a little autograph. I'm sure they enjoyed the game. And now they're hooked forever.
How does girlfriend look?
About like he did. No, they were all right. They were nice people.
Hey, Neil, I mean, it's better than going to the Thunderdome. I'm not kidding you, you know?
Well, first of all, the Thunderdome, the ice sucks. The quality of the ice over there, it's very, very choppy and very bad, and everybody's been complaining about the ice. It slows the game way down. Secondly, you got the banking of the seats, like I've said many times, is very poor. You're looking straight into the beehive hairdo of the bitch that's sitting in front of you. No, seriously, the seats at the Thunderdome aren't banked properly to watch a sporting event. And thirdly, they got all those sit-down folding chairs, which give you hemorrhoids. It's just not designed, you know.
It's good for car shows and boat shows.
Right, exactly, right. But
And,
definitely not for hockey.
And maybe other types of shows.
And it's funny because I was reading in the sports section in Vegas, of all places, that they've just agreed to build a $20 million new arena downtown in Tampa or something like that. I haven't heard anything about that here.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Well, it's about time.
You know, it's
Stop with
coming
all
along.
this make-believe stuff and build a real arena. Maybe they'd win a game or two.
Yeah, maybe. Neil,
Unlikely.
I hated the way you said ayer. It's ayer.
Oh, yeah.
Ayer.
It's ayer. That's right. Ayer. There we go.
R con R.
Well, I had to crank it up a little bit, you know.
R con R cigarro.
Okay.
Neil, can I call some people douchebags?
Buenas tardes. Yes, go ahead.
Gus, Tato, and Julio, you're big Florida Panther-loving douchebags. Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Bye now.
Boy. Ooh, look at that. An orange one. That's unusual. We have an open line. Oh, you know what I like at Christmas time, but I can't eat them because they're loaded with sugar? Those slices. What do they call those things? Like fruit slices, you know, those candies that are like half moons? What do they call those? They call those slices. They're like orange and lemon and lime, and they're just loaded with like sugar. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, God, are those good. And they're like jelly things, jellied things. Speaking of jellied things, here's Mike from B Screen, who probably has a couple of bucks for us.
Couple of bucks.
Yes?
I'll be coming by in about a couple of weeks.
Right.
We're waiting on all our UPS things to come back in, because that was most of our sales.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be bringing that in about a couple of weeks because we're going on vacation to Colorado this week. So.
To Colorado?
Colorado.
Huh.
Going skiing.
Well, isn't that great?
Yeah.
I didn't know Jews went skiing.
Once in a while.
Okay.
Once just to experience it, then you come back.
Well, when you're going to go all the way to Colorado, why don't you go to Vegas for crying out loud if you're all the way out there?
Next year.
Come on, Mike. Why don't you take your lovely wife to Vegas? You would forget about skiing and getting frostbitten. I'm telling you, man, you'd have the time of your life. It is the greatest place. Not that they need my help because it's loaded with people, but you wouldn't believe it.
How about I drop her off and I go to Colorado?
No, you drop her off in Colorado and you go to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, you'd have a great time there.
Well, Luis Miguel won't be there.
Nah, forget about him. Whatever you want, it'll be there. Believe me. It's there.
All right.
So how did we do, okay?
We did okay. I don't know how much I'll have for you, but it'll be...
This man is never satisfied. Never satisfied.
I'll have a good amount for you. It'll be, a nice amount.
And a check, too.
And a check, too. And I'll be bringing that in first week in January, probably about the 5th.
Great.
Okay?
Well, something to look forward to.
Thanks for
Have
everything.
a great trip.
I'll see you then.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
Bye. We have an open line in Dade, 751, one in Broward, 524. Oh, Jeff did call you from over there before, so Tampa did call. Very paranoid and very secretive around here right now. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, you'll know soon enough. You'll know soon enough. Oh, what's going on? Very paranoid because, like I said, they had their big meetings up in Atlanta, and they sat around. They said, well, we may have made a mistake over here, and we may have made a little mistake, although we usually don't make mistakes, but, yeah. They have screwed us up so bad in this last year. I mean, here it is. It's Christmas time. It's like coming on New Year when people make resolutions and when people who do really bad things get shot, which I think we should have a really long line in this place. And let's hope that they can do a little bit better because it can't get any worse.
Unbelievable.
Maybe that's the secret. Maybe they're going to put David Paul on sometime, like in Drive Time. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
What is that?
Oh, that's my 2-month-old daughter.
Beauty.
Thanks. Hey, I got a question about last night's game. Fantastic game, first of all.
Were you there?
No, unfortunately not.
Saw it on
We
TV.
were with the baby here, watching it on TV. She's got her own little Panther outfit already.
Great.
Yeah. So listen, with a few minutes left in the game, about 4 minutes left in the game.
Right.
Okay, Richter comes out of the goal crease. He gets nailed by, I don't know, Lowry or somebody.
Severin, I think. I think it was, no, it was Benning. I'm sorry,
Benning,
Brian Benning.
Okay, Benning.
Yeah.
Okay, and so Richter's out. He's fair game anyway. He's out of the goal crease.
Well,
right?
let me say this. That's not really true. In the old days, that used to be true. But now, if you really haul off and hit the goalie, even if he's out of the crease, they're going to call it almost every time. They'll call a penalty.
Well, it didn't look like he really nailed him too hard. I
Yeah.
mean, he came down on top of him.
Right. But
anyway,
they still call it.
Everything. Okay. Well, everyone got into the melee behind the net.
Right.
All right. So anyway, Richter gets tossed. At least they showed it on TV that he got 2 minutes for roughing.
Right.
Well, how come he never left the game? Why is it that he didn't have
That
to
would
go
be
sit down
nice
on the
if the
penalty
goalie
box?
gets a penalty. They have to take him out and they can't replace him. That would have been very nice. No,
I understand.
No, the goalie doesn't get replaced. In other words, if the goalie, in fact, Mike Gartner served that penalty for the Rangers. He went off and they select a player. It can be anybody they want, and he sits in the box for the 2 minutes or however long the penalty is, and the goalie stays in there.
Oh, well, I was under the impression that the goalie still had to go. That goalie had to go out, and they would bring in the other goalie.
Healy, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was my question. I was wondering why Richter was able to stay in the goal.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, and I'm out of material. Oh,
Okay.
Let me say that, Lance, you play tennis like a flaming douchebag.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Open line in Dade, 751, and one in Broward, 524. Now, I could have done the John Moynihan answer to that, and I would still be going on and explaining that under severe conditions, if the goalie has hemorrhoids and if the other goalie breaks his leg, that they would bring Emil Francis off the bench in New York and that they would put the pads on him and they would suit him up. And then if he got hurt, Foster Hewitt, they would dig his body up right next to Harold Ballard, and they would suit him up and stick his ass and tie him like between the goalposts and use him as the temporary net. And maybe Cesar Maniaga would come back and just kind of back him up. But rather than go through one of those long, convoluted explanations, I think it's basically pretty simple, like icing and offside and the other rudiments of our game, and doesn't require a long, convoluted explanation, John, just to kill a lot of time and sound real pseudo-intellectual like you pretend you know what you're talking about, which, trust me, baby, you don't. But be sure and ask Roger about it today. 1249 at WIOD and WSUN.
Catch the latest news from the 610 WIOD News Center each hour, plus an update on traffic and the current weather forecast.
WIOD.
I'm going to start on this theme, and I'm going to rap on it all year long.
Oh! I don't get much activity on the green line?
Well, you complain sometimes that we don't.
Very rarely.
It's because when we listen to Lassiter in the morning, he puts us asleep, and we don't usually wake up until after 2.
Uh-huh.
Gourmet restaurant story for you.
Yes?
There's a little restaurant in Tampa called Peepo's.
Called what?
Peepo's.
Peephole?
P-I-P-O-S.
Yeah.
It's a little... yeah, Bob's probably been there.
Eat at the peephole.
It's a little Cuban cafeteria. Sitting there today having a nice sandwich, and I look up, and they have a little wall of fame, and whose 8x10 glossy do I see? But Ron Hairball Jeremy.
Really?
I lost it.
I thought it was going to be Luis Miguel.
No, we need that. Someone over here.
Send what?
Louise.
Oh, okay.
Have a good holiday.
Okay, see ya.
Thanks.
Another hairy story from the West Coast. Look at those phones all of a sudden just thinned out like Ron Jeremy's the hair on his head. If he had as much hair on his head as he's got on the rest of his body, he'd be in good shape. Open line in Dade, 2 in Broward, 1 on the green line, and the star line. It looks like a whole bunch to me. I think during the 1 o'clock hour, we're playing like a Luis Miguel concert. Why don't I just play all the songs that he sang at the concert? And he sang for 2 hours, so we'll like play him real fast. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Woohoo! Hey, you gotta quit playing this Luis Miguel song. Keep scaring me. I think you're gonna cut me off there.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Probably somebody beat me to it.
Let me ask you a question.
Are you circumcised, sir?
That was my second question.
Yeah.
First question: If you grew up in Homestead, what's the last city of the West Coast you would move to?
If you grew up in Homestead?
Yeah.
Lutz.
Lutz, followed
Yeah.
by Tampa, I would say.
Well, close enough.
I know 2 douchebags. One guy from Homestead, both of them from Homestead. One moved to Lutz, one moved to Tampa.
Yeah.
Scott Ward and Larry Skipper.
And they want to feel at home.
I guess so.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess they sell clock rings there is what they do.
I believe it. And
Clock
probably
ring?
wear them, too.
Well, I
On
don't
their
know.
nose.
They said they'd display one for you.
What did they?
Yeah.
El Paso.
They said they'd put it in your hand.
As they say in Texas, El Paso.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Moving on to...
Go ahead.
I said have a great holiday.
Hey, you too.
See ya. Open line in Dade, 751, and we have 2 Broward lines open at 5249463. Another clock story in the Magic City. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
What's happening?
How you doing, sir?
All right. Luis Miguel.
Really?
Hey, my buddies over at Keith Automotive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buddies over at Keith Automotive.
I know. Major douchebags. I know. Okay, now we got one line left in Dayton Broward. Like I said, big concert coming up in the 105 to 2 o'clock hour today. Trust me when I tell you. 2 open lines in Dade, 751, and all of Broward. One more time, 524-9463. What a slap in the puss this is. After a pretty active 3 hours, surprisingly enough, just a day and a half before Christmas. Which, to be honest with you, I thought we'd have to play music all day today. Tomorrow, I think we're playing a farting contest between 10 and 11, and then we'll have like a big musical concert the rest of the day, or not, as the case may be. Who the hell's going to call us on Christmas Eve anyway, and why the hell are we working besides? Here's Tampa. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Got a question for you.
Okay.
Don't you think this Michael Jackson thing is getting like a little bit too much? I mean, every time I turn the radio on, there's something about Michael Jackson. Yeah, something like that.
Sure is getting a lot of publicity. It makes you kind of wonder.
Actually, you know, what surprises me is he is charged with, like, molesting kids, but everybody thinks it's, like, such a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think molesting kids is that funny.
Well, ask your family priest. He might tell you.
No, I'm not Catholic.
Oh, okay. No, it is not funny. That's why I don't understand the whole thing. But don't you understand, every time a story like that, it isn't even the essence of the story. It's the personality that outweighs it, and people can't be bothered with what the meat of the matter is. Don't you understand that?
Oh, yeah.
It's just another big cause celeb. It's another big, it's either Joey Botafuco and Amy Fisher, who, or Kathy Willits. It's the flesh story of the week, that's all.
Well, truthfully, I'd rather hear about Luis Miguel.
Huh?
Truthfully, I'd rather hear about Luis Miguel.
Any day of the week.
Really?
Right.
All right, Neil. Have a good one.
See ya. Boy, he sounded like he'd just about soon have anyone. Open line at Dade, 2 in Broward, 1 on the green line. It's up to you, as Rick Nelson said, and look what it did for him. How's he doing, by the way? Huh? Not too good? Open line at Dade, 2 in Broward, and 1 on the green line. You know the numbers, and it's up to you if I come back for the 1 to 2 hour or not, or we could just do... #1 record, by the way, in Latin America, all over Latin America. Mexico, Argentina. Oh, by the way, we got to get the dope on that big New Year's Eve concert from Argentina. It's going to be on Channel 23, and I'm sure on the satellite, and find out just who's doing what to whom. And Luis is singing there in Argentina. In Buenos Aires, no doubt. Stark naked, I understand. With or without the bald spot. And with or without the beard. Anyway, our Camilla's house total is $105,033. Our Center 1 total is $49,407. And you can zip into any Peaches Bayou and pick up all our good stuff and do a good deed.
News Talk Radio 610 WIOD presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk with Neil, dial 751 WIOD from Dade. In Broward, 524 WIOD. Outside the 305 area code, toll free 1-800-944-WIOD. And Bell South Mobility customers make it a free call by dialing star IOD. Now, The Neil Rogers Show on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
It's not just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
Here's my story, it's sad but true, about a girl called Syphilis Sue.
Oh!
Had a bug and ran it around, gave it to every guy in town. Syphilis Sue. It took her close, I should have seen the signs. Smelled the scent of a friend of mine. He got infected, now I've got it too. So keep away from a Syphilis Sue, yeah. Keep away from that girl. Hope penicillin will do now. Keep away from Sue. She likes to sleep around, yeah, even did it with my basset hound. We did it, then I started to cough.
7 at WIOD. Rick and Suds at 2 today. And, of course, everybody's bailing out. Like I said, they'll be bailing out of here after 6 o'clock tonight. Jaz McKay will be in here. See ya. From 2 to 6 tomorrow. And then all week they'll be on vacation. And then God only knows what's going to happen after that. And even he's got doubts. And, boy, Gary just comes in and says goodbye. He's on the way to Louisville for the holidays. He's taking off right now, so he's out of here. And it's a good thing I got my check. That's all I can say, because if I hadn't been working on it, they would all just slipped out the door very quietly. And at 2 o'clock, it would have been a ghost town. It would say, oh, gee, check, we forgot about that. We're gone. We're history. But that's just the way they are. So anyway, it's just kind of us. And tomorrow, yes, we all will be here, except for Rick and Suds. Jaz will be here. Now, how about tomorrow night? Is Randy got off again tomorrow night, so to speak? I don't think so. I think she's working tomorrow night. Then Saturday, the Drewmeister. Is he out of here permanently now, or is he just off for the holidays? Is he going to play like the Christmas elf or fairy on Saturday? Something like that. Maybe he's filling in for Brian Norcross this year. But anyway, so Adam and Marvin, which is fine, because a couple of Jews being here on Christmas night, there's nothing wrong with that. They'll be on Saturday, 8 to midnight. Anyway, here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello? Hello? What is wrong with this thing, man? Hello?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay.
I want to tell you I'm a first-time caller.
Yes?
And I live in Missouri, but I did live in Florida for 3 years. Long-time listener to you.
Okay.
You were talking about the Panthers earlier. I want to tell you, the people out here who are listening to you that do not know hockey, they need to support that team. It's a hell of a sport, and if they're leaving early, they're all a bunch of douchebags.
They're supporting them. Don't worry about that.
I hope so,
we had 3 record crowds, 3 straight games. We broke our attendance in a row.
I read that this morning. That's fantastic. They tied the Rangers in the last second. That's fantastic. But I just
we tied the Rangers. We beat the Rangers.
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay. The paper said they tied them up 2-2.
No, let me say it again. We beat the Rangers 3-2.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
That is even better.
Well,
yeah.
Go Neil.
Yeah, put a lid on it, kid.
All right.
See ya. 2 open lines in Broward, 524. 1 on the green line, 1-800-944-9463. So during the break, the bat line rings, and George puts it on hold. He says to me, it's Velveeta. I pick it up, and there's a dial tone. Then he calls back, and I pick it up, and he did that because he wanted to make sure he wasn't on the air again. So you put this on the heels of that mysterious visit by Bob Green earlier. Oh, have you heard anything from Tampa today yet? Did Tampa call about anything yet? No. Oh, and he goes flying out of here like a bat out of hell. So something is in the wind at WSUN, and I said, what's up, Tom? Well, about those hockey tickets. Are you going to use them? Tom didn't call about the hockey tickets, okay? So there's something in the air at WSUN, George, that we don't know about. Remember the last time I got a call that he was going to call back at 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And that was the following week we went on YNF for a week for that great experiment, and then they stabbed us in the back and took us off when we were on the verge of really building something. Now I have a feeling it's like in reverse. I really do. I think that probably they're going to put, let's see, what are they going to do? They'll put Jaz McKay on in midday. They'll put Chris Baker on in the afternoon, and then they'll run reruns of their tapes from 6 o'clock till 6 the next morning. Probably what they're going to do. 2 open lines, both in Broward, 524-9463. It's 11 after 1 at WIOD and maybe WSUN. Everybody knows the holidays mean getting together, and getting together usually means eating. Lots and lots of eating, being a real chazer. So make the holidays jolly for your family and friends with a gift certificate from the Outback Steakhouse, home of the Bloomin' Onion, and that great walkabout soup and delicious sizzling steak and chicken. And don't forget that great shrimp on the Barbie, too. Outback Steakhouse gift certificates are available in $10, $25, and $50 denominations. And for each $1,000 worth of certificates purchased before December 31st, you'll get a free dinner for 2, a $35 value. So this holiday season, give them all the gift of great taste from the Outback Steakhouse. Nothing like the gift of great taste. Locations on North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, in Kendall at the Town and Country Center, in Flagler Park Plaza, on Southwest 89th Place in Briar Bay, Northeast 163rd in Sunny Isles, on Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines, Riverside Drive in Coral Springs, on Pine Island Road in Jacaranda Square, and on Southwest 18th Street in Boca Raton, the Outback Steakhouse.
This afternoon at 2, it's Rick and Suds. Then at 6, it's Sports Talk 610.
News Talk Radio 610. WIOT.
So anyway, I see my friend Big Al is in here, who missed a great game last night, but of course he was probably busy. Anyway, it's 1:13 at WIOD, and let's do Palm Beach Gardens. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Great. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Cam Neely is God.
Is he?
Well,
You don't play on the right team, though, sir.
He could be if he played 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Also, Stu
Kind of like
Barnes-
Mario Lemieux.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Stu Barnes is a heck of a hockey player, huh?
Kind of like John Offerdahl. If he played 2 games in a row, that would be like front page news.
Yeah.
Stu Barnes is a good player. In fact, I think we got a couple of good acquisitions there. I think Greg Hallgood is an outstanding defenseman.
Yeah, he
and
used
Stu
to be-
Barnes looks pretty damn good to me. He's a gutsy, tough, hard-nosed kid.
He skates up and down the ice, too. He plays both ends of the rink. I
He
like
plays
that.
both ends against the middle. You're right.
Yeah.
The old up and down.
You'd made a comment about the Dolphins, no imagination on the offense.
Right.
I'd say this guy, Gary Stevens, has got a good pulse on the team.
Does he?
They can't execute. How are you going to put some trick plays in if these $4 million athletes can't hold on to the ball?
Well, that's a point. You have a point there. They can't execute. Maybe execution is the answer, sir.
I think we need to.
Yeah, because I'm in favor of it for several of them.
Yeah. Fred Cusick.
There you go.
Do you have any of his cuts?
I wouldn't be surprised if I got a Fred Cusick thing on here. If you give me about 10 seconds, can you handle it that long?
Well, my wife doesn't think I can, but...
Probably not.
yeah.
Well, let me just take a peek and see. I know I got Freddie in here somewhere. Come on, Fred. Well, he's an old guy, It takes him a little longer to get it up and do his thing. Let's see. Here's Bob Cole. Here's Foster Hewitt. And look what I got in my hand right now, sir. Not that.
And Fred Cusick,
Fred Cusick, too.
Bruins able to keep it in. Shot by Hines is wide. Spilinsky after it, trying to put it on net. Missed. Now it's taken by Hines. Shot, score! Steve Hines beats Goslin for a 2-1 Bruins lead.
That
2-1 Bruins.
Oh, here we
Neely
go.
breaks it up. Gets it to Leach. Don Sweeney. For this shot by Donato blocked. Don Sweeney has it. Looks for Neely in front. Scores! Cam Neely! Right in front to make it 3-1. The Bruins on the backhander.
Oh! How do you like that?
That was excellent.
42 years the man has been broadcast in hockey. He's only 100 years old, and he's still just as good as he ever was. He still can get it up.
Listen, just came over on CNN that Richter tried to commit suicide this morning.
Did he?
Yeah, he got off the plane, he jumped out in front of a bus, and it went between his legs.
Beauty. Have a great day, pal.
Bye, Neil.
Happy holidays to you. Good old Mike Richter. Well, listen, all things must pass, and like 3 of them did right between his legs last night, and the puck, too. We have an open line. It's on the green line, and one in Dade, 751-9463. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas for that heavenly ham you gave me last week.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, man, they're not paying me. I just started a new job, and I started in between pay periods, so they're not paying me till January 6th.
Right.
Can you believe that?
Got some of that good meat from us. Well, that's good.
You got it, and I think, that stupid memo you got yesterday
About
about not talking about doing ulterior substances on the air.
what memo was that?
I know you were reading something over the air yesterday.
No, that wasn't here. That was from WFTL. That was the light bulb.
Oh.
No, that was
Well, we
guys
should
who weren't. Those guys weren't talking about it. They were doing it, evidently.
No, we should tie them down with that plumber, the commissioner plumber, and blow pot in their faces.
Or something close to it. Yeah.
That would be good. And maybe if we're lucky, we could buy like a Euro Disney and turn it into Amsterdam land. You could head up the cuisine, and we'll get everything else set up.
There you go.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I could set up the good stuff to eat. No question about
That's
that.
what I'm saying. See,
And
there you go.
And
You
the
get-
food too, right? Okay, listen. Have a great life, pal.
Merry Christmas, man.
And a happy one to you.
Peace.
Okay. Piece of something. Open line in Dade, 751, and one on the green line, 1-800-944-9463. Yeah, you missed a great game there last night, Al. It was really dynamite, and great time was had by all, and at the game as well. But anyway, and of course, tonight's track night. Let me tell you that right now. Tonight is a big night. Fat Rich is up there. And, the good news is there's good news and bad news because life isn't perfect, Rich. The good news is that thanks to a lot of pressure from me and Joe Hartman, Rich didn't mess around with the Track Packs money last night. He picked Prissy's sister, the Mortal Lock, and even though she won by only an X, she still won the race. It still counts. And we got another $1,300 in the pot to wind up with over $22,000 on our promotion. That was the good news. The bad news is Fat Rich had a real bad night at Pompano Park last night. Ah, shucks. It's about time. Enough is enough already. You know what I'm talking about? Enough rubbing our nose in it, all depending on what it is. Here's Miami on the star line. Hello.
Hey, we're on our way to San Jose, Costa Rica.
See.
It's going to be beautiful, I hope.
Are you serial?
Yeah, we should be boarding the plane within the next 45 minutes to an hour.
Have you ever been there before?
Several times. Gorgeous.
So you know the way to San Jose?
Alaska Airlines, buddy. That's the way to go.
Beauty.
I want to get your comments about the Dolphin game Monday night.
My comment?
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I think don't bet the ranch is my comment. Okay, pal?
Mitchell going to start?
Huh?
Mitchell going to start?
Mitchell is going to start. And all he's got to do is look at somebody cross-eyed, and DeBerg will be in there real fast. Trust me when I tell you.
I hope we can get on a satellite down there. And Neil, just for the record, I'd like to call... No, forget it.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
See ya. Okay, call this. We have an open line at date, 751, one on a star line, star IOD, one on the green lines, and we're waiting for that big news. Now, maybe one of our spies on the West Coast knows what the big news is already from Velveeta. That probably is supposed to be a top secret, but I'm sure just about everybody in town already knows it at 1-800-944-9463. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Hey, guess what I'm watching?
I can't guess.
Dave Lowry. Shoots, he scores.
Where are you seeing that?
ESPN2. It just came on.
ESPN2? Oh, we don't have that on our thing here in this crappy Gold Coast cable.
Yeah, but you do have Tele Hit.
We do have, no, we don't have that. We have MTV Latino, which is on right now as I speak.
You believe this
And the
team?
Scorpions are singing Wind of Change.
Oh, well, kill that.
In Inglés.
You believe this team?
I'm going to tell you.
Halfway through the season
I will
yet.
agree with Moynihan on one thing, okay, that he keeps repeating, and it's an absolutely correct observation, and that is we're getting spoiled because we've come to expect this team to be competitive with everybody, and when you got an expansion team, you have no reason to expect that. I mean, you should expect to get the living crap beat out of you every now and then, just like the Penguins beat the crap out of the Lightning the other night, 8-3, and the Lightning are a second-year team. But this team, man, has got the balls of a hippopotamus. They're just never give up. They're competitive with everybody, and we ought to kiss the ground for them.
Nice little mix they got. Some experience.
Exactly. Like Lowry, man, had great playoff experience. He gave the Leafs a tough time in that series last year when he was with the Blues, and now, of course, we got him, his experience, Grudlin's experience from the Canadians. We got a lot of guys with good experience. These aren't just a bunch of green rookie, no talents who just came out of the minor leagues.
No, those playoff games will toughen you up in a hurry.
You bet.
Well, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to it, and it kind of reminds me of the Marlins and the Mets a little bit. As long as we can beat the Lightning, I'll be extremely
there are basically two things that I'm really hoping for. Number one, like you said, is finish ahead of the Lightning. It's a good rivalry. We're 7 points ahead as we speak. And number two, of course, is maybe just sneak into those playoffs, which at the moment, I mean, we're like right on the verge. We're right on the edge of being right in there, competitive.
I'll tell you what, that'll give the team a big jump ahead in the whole thing to be able to get a playoff.
Wouldn't that be something?
The first year, that'll really give them some invaluable
As it says on the scoreboard after we score a goal up there.
Unbelievable.
That's what it would be.
All right.
Have a great holiday, pal.
All right.
See ya. Open line on the green line, 1-800-SURPRISE. It's 121 at WIOD and WSUN. No surprises in the bottle when you open up Snapple, my friends. Only the best stuff on earth. That's why more and more people are jumping on the Snapple bandwagon, because it's delicious, it's good for you, it tastes great, it goes down smooth, and the Snapple, too. How the hell can you beat it? Snapple iced teas taste you like you brewed them yourself at home. The Snapple fruit flavors taste real because they are real. And Snapple iced teas, fruit drinks, and sodas are all natural with no, let me say it again, absolutely no artificial flavors, preservatives, or ingredients of any kind. And for you super jocks, with a big holiday weekend, with all the bowl games coming up, with all our hockey and stuff, just get a whole case of that Snap Up and go crazy like our friend Jim Manich does. Snapple natural beverages made from the best stuff on earth. Pick them up to Winn-Dixie, Woolies, Exxon, Chevron's, Mobiles, Freddy's, Walgreens, and other fine stores. Just about every damn place.
Don't miss the Weekend Magazine, featuring the latest news, information, trends, and what's happening. This Saturday and Sunday morning, right here.
WIOD.
Really? He's thinking of quitting touring because...
2 weeks before that, his agent got killed.
Yeah, he's got a new agent, though, now.
Yeah. He was thinking about it. Did he give a great big speech there about it beforehand he did the concert?
Not about that.
As to life and about...
but not about his agent getting killed, now.
Told me a spec, so that's
no.
You can't find him, Miguel.
He looked very much... that's tough, because he's a hot property. I got them all stacked up right here. But anyway, like I said, have a great New Year.
You too.
And I'll see you at the Ducks game. You're going to be at the Mighty Ducks?
Yes, I am. And we will see you up at Pompano.
Great.
I'm going to I'll bring Chris up here.
Bring Chris up there.
Time to Pompano.
Great.
Goodbye to Uncle Neil.
Excellent. Okay, nice to see you, Chris. Thanks for your goods. Okay, 124. Huh? Boy. See you guys.
All right, goodbye. Thank
okay,
you.
Watch yourself. Let's go to Miami Springs. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah.
When Scootlin got hurt last night.
Yes, when he got hit in the face by a puck.
I thought that shot, the angle from where I sit, no way was he shooting at the goal. I hate to say it, but my God, the angle was so high.
Yeah.
When he went down, I thought he was killed.
I was just peeing in my pants. I thought if we lose Brian Skrudla now, especially, he was really playing a hell of a game last night.
Yeah.
We just had so many injuries. I just can't believe it. And luckily, he just shook it off after. And the same with Lowry. Remember when they got the penalty for boarding Lowry?
Yeah.
And I thought he wasn't going to get up over there. But the Rangers notoriously are a dirty team, going back to the days of Lou Fontanetto and Eddie Shack and that crowd.
Here's Barnes' goal on...
Yeah. Can't hear it. Can't hear it, but thanks anyway. There's Stu Barnes' goal against the Bruins. We have an open line in Dade, one in the blue line. Did you get him that tape, by the way? Did you take care of that? Thank you so much. Anyway, let's... I don't think I'm going to have enough breath left to talk to a Velveeta at 2 o'clock. I'm speechless and breathless at this point. What the hell am I doing wrong, you know what? Let's go to Sarasota. Hello.
Hello, Cemetery Village Christmas.
Yes, an unhappy New Year.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the condominium, not a colostomy bag was shaken, not even Nick Navarro. Rudy, with your high beams on so goddamn bright, won't you drive Gertrude to the early bird tonight?
Oh!
Uncle Neil.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was beautiful.
Thank you. I think there's 2 spy reports. Maybe one that they're going to be doing. What you've been on WSUN, what, a year and a half, and you haven't done a live spy yet?
Right. No, that's not going to be it. Trust me.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we're going to be doing spots over there.
Yeah, squirt.
When Velveeta starts asking me, do I want to send him the tickets back, I know that's something in the wind over there.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He says, are you going to use those tickets on Sunday? Are you going to go? I said, well, what the hell do you think I wanted them for? Of course I'm going.
I'm going over there to kick his ass right now.
Yeah, and of course, that's just like trying to make funny, so to make sure I'm here at 2 o'clock, so whatever this call is about, another bunch of crap.
Are you serious on that? Everything that you've done, you've come over here for a week, and you've...
Well, wait a minute. Before you overreact, I don't know what it is. I just know it's a bunch of crap.
I've got a spy report right here in the
in your
newspaper.
Hands? What is it?
About harassment on WFLA, sexual harassment suit against the station, and it names Ted Webb and Bob Lasser in there.
Yeah.
And it claims that women employees at the station were referred to as bitches, bimbos, and vaginas.
Really?
And she was the president of the Vagina Club.
Uh-huh.
And at one point of the lawsuit, her show with the billboards.
Bilbos.
That
rhymes with bimbos.
That WFLA reads, Liz can say hi sailor in 36 languages.
Huh.
And that fat ass Bob Lasser is named the suit with WFLA.
Hey,
uh-huh.
Oh, you do have that. I thought Rick and Suds had the sailor thing.
Yeah, but when I play it, it's much more muted. It's like, hey,
Uncle Neil, may I call...
They take the condom off it when they play it. What is it?
Uncle Neil, may I call a family member a douchebag?
Yes, sir.
Lily, my dog, is a poop on the rug douche dog.
Okay, clean up your act and have a great holiday, pal.
Bye-bye.
Been nice knowing you. Okay, we have an open line, 2 of them on the green lines and 1 on the blue line. So anyway, where did our guests go? Oh, by the way, here's some money for Camilla's house, Adam, since you're taking care of all these things in between shoveling that crap down your throat, whatever that is, and your lunch, too. Let's go to Fort Lauderdale on the Star Line. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Merry Xmas to you.
Merry to you, too, sir.
You know what? I don't want to get serious or anything, but
why not?
I don't understand this Michael Jackson interview yesterday. After it was over, I was listening to EDR.
That damn faggot. I can't stand him.
Yeah.
I don't like him too much.
And change that to 48 there, 105-048 if you would, Adam. You can look at it eye to eye. You're so nice and tall. 048 instead of 033. Attaboy, you can do it. Go ahead, sir.
So anyhow, on this EDR, they get these people calling in for their reaction, kind of like they did on TV yesterday.
Right, on Channel 6.
And a lot of these people are calling in, and they're going, it's the white man who's trying to bring them down. And I don't consider myself to be prejudiced or racist or any of this other stuff. I mean, the guy is a wacko. I don't care whether he's black or white or... I mean,
it never fails to astonish me how some people, and of course it's usually the so-called leaders like the NAACP who started shooting off their mouth a couple of days ago, how they can take something like this and twist it into a racial issue. It would be like, remember when John Wayne Gacy was found burying the bodies of all those kids in Chicago, all those boys. And it would be like if some gay rights group came up and said, oh, this is discrimination against homosexuals, or if some white supremacy group said, well, they're discriminating against him because he's a white man, and the fact that he killed all these kids, well, that's got nothing to do with it. You know, I mean, what is that all about?
I mean, let's forget that we're talking about a pedophile.
Exactly. We're talking about somebody who admittedly sleeps in a big bed with a lot of little boys, who takes them around and buys them thousands and thousands and showers them with all kinds of gifts, and who allegedly has, like, written out all these checks to the parents of these kids, which makes one wonder what the hell that's all about. I mean, you know, there's no question that there still are some doubts, but there sure seems to be a hell of a lot, a preponderance of evidence that indicates there's something wrong going on here, along with the testimony of maids and servants and bodyguards and all kinds of people who saw him, like, running around cavorting naked with little boys. There is something there to be answered about.
And you know, he makes a big deal that he was searched. I mean, that's nothing compared to, you know.
Believe me, I bet you they didn't find much on that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There wasn't much to check out on that thing.
Okay, a small package.
Right.
Hey, you know, the other thing is your station, on that song that you guys have to censor instead of saying beat it and erection and all that other
right.
stuff. Tell me if I'm wrong. At the end, doesn't it say something like it can't be or there's nothing like a 5-year-old, or it can't be as tight as a 5-year-old?
No, he didn't say it can't be as tight. He didn't say that.
Oh, because
he said they're black, they're white, they're really tight. I think he's talking about his jeans.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
he wears those he wears those skin tight jeans, you know.
I see, but it just seemed you can't say beat it.
Well, I don't. You know, it just is so ridiculous to me. I mean, "Beat It" is the name of one of his best-selling songs, and the fact that we have to delete that, and we live in such a juvenile society, my friend, that it's just you have no idea what we go through here just to try to entertain people on an adult level. Everything has to be brought down to the level of a sandbox.
It's a joke.
It is a joke.
Well, I hate to sound like
we live in a country where freedom of speech is only a figment of your imagination, believe me.
I'm in kind of a bad mood, so I'm going to call Santa Claus a douchebag.
Okay.
And have a nice day.
See ya. Leave him some stale cookies, okay? Maybe Roger Thorpe will eat them. We have an open line at Dade, 751, one on the Star line at Star IOD, two on the green lines at 1-800-944-HOLY Toledo. Let's go to a lady in Delray Beach. Not too many women today, by the way. That's really astonishing. They're all busy baking their stuff and getting ready. Here's a lady in Delray.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
Neil from Delray. A few months ago, you mentioned about your dog had...
My dog?
Yeah, that had an ear infection that you used.
Yeah.
Well, my puppy Helena, Pekingese, has ear infections, and I really don't want to put her on the steroids again.
Don't put your dog on steroids.
Right.
What kind of a crappy vet have you got anyway?
Well, you mentioned something about alcohol and vinegar?
Nah, forget about that. Those are all old wives' tales. The stuff that I got from the vet is called Topagen, Topagen, and it's great. It does wonders.
Topagen.
It's like a antibiotic. It's an ointment, and you just stick it in their ear, so to speak, and it worked great on my dog. His ears are beautiful now.
Right, so I thought it was like vinegar or something like this.
Huh?
Or something.
No, don't start potchking with all that stuff in their ear. That's just old fairy tales, believe me.
Okay.
If anybody knows old fairy tales, I'm the guy.
My son also.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Good luck. Open line in Broward, 524 and 2 on the green lines, 1-800-944-9463. 133 at WIOD and WSUN. For those last-minute gift ideas, this last day and a half, the clock is winding, man. There's nothing more appreciated than a heavenly ham. What a sweet thing that is, trust me, and the meat, too. Smoked turkey or a box of Heavenly Ham's gourmet steaks also be outstanding, too, from Heavenly Ham, where they prepare spiral-sliced honey and spice-glazed hams to serve up to 35 people. Heavenly Hams have half the salt content of other hams, and they're fresh, never frozen, and trust me when I tell you, you will really taste the difference. Also at Heavenly Ham, turkeys are smoked for 22 hours, so the natural juices are locked in by their secret process. Just carve and serve so tender, it'll melt right on the table or at the very least right in your mouth. Turkeys are available whole, bone-in, or boneless breast. Heavenly Ham also has gourmet side dishes, homemade cakes and pies, and freshly baked breads and rolls to accompany your meal as well. Heavenly Ham also carries Omaha steaks, fillets, New York strips, and other fine cuts, and they'll ship their products anywhere in the continental U.S. of A. Heavenly Ham, you got 3 locations to choose from. In Miami at 12235 South Dixie Highway in the Dixie Belle Shops, in Davie at 2070 South University Drive in the Home Depot Plaza, and in Boca Deerfield just a half block north of Hillsborough on the east side of Federal Highway, or just call Information for the phone number of the Heavenly Ham that's closest by you.
Tonight, after Randy Rhodes, it's Don and Mike.
News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Oh, excuse me, 1:35. So I got this big, important call from Velveeta at 2 o'clock, which means we're probably going off the air in Tampa. All three lines. Did they pull us off yet already? Let's see. No, we're still on the satellite. I think they're pulling us off over there. But that's okay. Let's see. I wanted to play this, but I was otherwise distracted for just a couple of seconds there. Oh, yeah, I wanted to play this again because it's timely and because it'll probably kill a couple of minutes, and all three of the green lines went dead. I don't understand it. Did somebody pull the plug over there? 1-800-944-9463? They yanked it.
Riding along to the gay square dance, got a great big zipper in the back of my pants. Get off my horse at the old barn door, got my saddle turned around, I'm a-riding on the horn. Look inside, folks are dancing all around. There goes Johnny in his mother's nightgown. All a man left and all a man right. All the man needs is a pillow to bite. Give your partner a silly smirk. All join hands for a big circle jerk. Volunteers, all raise your hand. Who's gonna be the next pivot man? Invite your partner home for a drink. Lick your lips and give him a wink with a great big smile and a great big nod. Let him know your gerbils declawed.
Oh, that's it. I forgot that's a short one. And the bid, too. Well, I'm putting stuff away here because I see everybody else is getting ready to leave. Why the hell shouldn't I, right? What are we going to do here tomorrow? I think that's outrageous, don't you? On Christmas Eve day, that they have us coming in here out of a sick bed, no less. I'm just finally starting to feel better, get over this flu. Everything seems to be, turning a little bit rosier, like those rosy cheeks that were just in here. And what else can I say? Everything's like turning up beautiful, and we got to come in here tomorrow. Nobody's going to be calling us tomorrow, the day before Christmas, for crying out loud, for Christ's sake. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to a mobile in St. Petersburg. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay, sir.
Has anyone mentioned Michael Jackson's eyelashes yesterday?
No, not yet.
Oh, he was fluttering. I thought he was going to fly away. His eyes were
He looked like a little
flapping.
Peter Pan in drag yesterday.
That's what it was.
Uh-huh. A little Peter Pan.
Has anyone...
I mean, seriously, I want you to stop and think of this. The civil trial supposedly is going to start in March, okay?
Which won't be civil.
Huh?
Which won't be civil.
Not if he's there. Can you imagine him showing up there in court looking like that? And maybe he's going to have his Sergeant Pepper outfit on, and maybe the chimp will be sitting on his knee? I mean, what kind of a trial is that going to be?
The jury's just going to fall right down in amazement of him.
They're going to pee in their pantaloonies, man.
If there's anybody out there who doesn't think that money can't buy justice, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what's going on.
Well, you would think, like I said before, over and over again, you would think that somebody with his money and his resources could find some way to satisfy whatever his personal desires are without, like, jeopardizing his entire, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like hang out in Bangkok most of the year. Do something. Get out of here.
You know what I like is, his song, It's Black and White. And did you notice what the defense attorneys are? Same thing. There's one black and one white.
Yeah.
So it's his lifestyle.
Exactly.
And he can't decide which one
he can't
is.
decide which way to go. You're absolutely right. Listen, have a great holiday.
You too, Neil.
And a great life.
Okay.
Okay.
But if I am guilty of anything, it is of giving all that I have to give.
Say
my
what?
Penis, my buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted to help children all over the world.
Okay, let's take another one from Tampa. Hello.
Hey, it's Randy.
Randy
is the one that's suing Lassiter, I think.
What is it?
I think.
Randy is suing Lassiter?
Well, didn't that guy say it was an employee of the station?
No, it's at FLA. This is a thing that goes back when Lassiter worked at FLA. There's some broad that worked in the news department there, and this is it's been going on for years. I forget how many years ago this was, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, so I become a pseudo-agent provocateur.
Something like that. Although if Randy did sue him, I wouldn't blame her, to be honest with you.
Listen, I got some great information. My wife and I went shopping last night.
Yeah.
Come home with all this loot for Christmas, right? She didn't know I had already been out the day before. Pull all the stuff out of my trunk. She's changing clothes. Stuff it all under the tree. She comes walking out. Oh, my God. She's all excited. Wants to know if everything is the right size. So I'm like, well, the only way to find out is to try some of this on. So she starts trying on this, trying on that. This is last night, okay? Christmas, not for a couple days yet. Next thing you know, she's got that twinkle in her eye because of all the money I spent. She's dragging me off, and I'm thinking, is this why they do Hanukkah over 8 days?
Right, exactly.
Man,
now you're catching on.
You can't beat it.
Gentiles are a little bit slow to catch on, but sooner or later you'll get with it.
Happy holidays.
And the same to you, pal. All those green lines wide open, man. There's something going on over there. You just can feel it. You know, it's like a little gnawing in the pit of your stomach. You know that they're, you can just smell it. Ooh. Smells like the inside of Velveeta's car, like that bottom front. Oh, God. You've never smelled anything like that in your life. Like a car that's about 40 years old, that's had like a lot of smelly naked people lying in it. Probably him, too, the unwashed and the unclean. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Cheesy.
Yeah, Cheesy. That's where he got the name from.
How you doing, Neil?
Pretty good, sir.
Hey, did you hear the rumor that Brooke Shields got married to the drummer for Bon Jovi?
I was a geek.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought that was Michael's girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
She's getting out.
No, Liz Taylor is his girlfriend. He's into older women now. He's becoming more mature. That's why he looked like that.
Hey, Neil, this is the guy.
You think when